Well, hey, disco, look at the phone go. Right, you won't be able to see it, but my phone is going crazy. I need to get a new one, but Samsung won't fix it. And my contract runs out in September or something, and they're trying to charge me about 180 quid for a new phone. It's like, well, just fix the one I've got. Anyway, that's not your problem, is it? Hello. Okay. I haven't just got off, but it was earlier. We're doing there's part of a program I'm involved in with my coach Paul Malt. And every Tuesday, me, him, and the other guys on the program all sit down, have a chat, go through what we need, the help that we need to progress our business, and help out with what we're doing in life as well, pretty much. If you're on, say hello, give us a shout. Because I can see there are a few people watching, but I don't know who you are because it doesn't tell me for some reason. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So say hello, give us a wave, all of that caper. Now, anyway, yeah, we were having a chat on this call that we do every Tuesday. We all get together and we all help each other out. Okay, everyone's got, similar problems. We'll all share what we've done that's really been good the last week, and then we've all got similar problems with what we're trying to do to progress our businesses and progress our relationships and all of that sort of stuff. And the way it works is somebody has an issue, we go through it, but it helps everyone else out as well, because pretty much everyone has the same issues, right? This is how it works, right? This is why doing stuff in groups, which is why BKS works, which is why I do stuff online and I get people in a group online as well, because it works, because everyone asks questions. And somebody who's scared to ask a question, there's bound to be someone else who asks a question that they are thinking about anyway. Anyway, on this call, we were talking about, we always start out positive, and we were talking about what's been your biggest win from the last week. And mine was, I attended the Strong First Level 2, which is 3 days, well, it was 2 days plus an extra day of toughness. And I managed to do a bench press, which you won't know what one of them is. I put a video out of it, so if you have a look on my personal page, well, it's on this page somewhere, there's a video of me doing a bench press with a 40 kilo weight, which is over half of my body weight, getting it above my head with one arm, right? Now, to somebody who doesn't know anything about all of this sort of stuff, which is most people, it might look dangerous. Okay, it might look like really stupid. However, and it could be construed as being stupid. Do you really need to be able to lift more than half your body weight above your head with one arm? Not really. But that was never my goal anyway. My goal has never been to do that. My goal is just to stay strong, fit and healthy. So what I've been doing for that is the training that I do. I train 5 days a week. Usually less than an hour a day, just training with, like, for strength. I do some for conditioning, some for other stuff to keep me trim, but I keep it super simple. And what I learned over the weekend, I've already done this press before with lower weights, but what I learned over the weekend, there was the guy who was running the course, Fabio. His coaching is amazing. He knows his stuff, and he's one of the new masters of this movement. So, as in the movement of the bench press, I don't mean like a movement as in a group of people. I mean this movement. So he was there. I wasn't even going to attempt it, and then somebody said, "You're never going to have, you're very rarely in a position with a world-class person who knows what they're talking about to coach you." So I was like, right. I didn't say I'll give it a go. I said, right, I'm going to do it. So I went over and I did it. And like I said, it looks weird. Now, here's the thing, and this is what I said on the call to my coach, and he just loved it. He said, that's brilliant. So what it is, right, it's not about the weight. It's a 40 kilo weight, it's over half my body weight, but it's not about the weight. The weight doesn't matter. The weight is irrelevant. Because if I didn't know that movement, and I didn't own that movement, it doesn't matter how much that weight is, it's going to come down eventually. It doesn't matter how much it is. Okay? Now let me explain that. It's a heavy weight, but if it wasn't, if it was a lightweight, and I just tried to get it up any way possible that wasn't efficient, it wouldn't happen, or my muscles would burn out. Okay, and it's not about how much muscle you got. I don't even know how much I've got. Not as much as bodybuilders and stuff like that. They've got loads of the stuff. I'm quite wiry, but that doesn't matter. It's about the pure strength of the muscle and getting the structure. So this was the thing. It's getting the structure of your body underneath that bell to keep it there, to keep it rigid. Okay. So the way this movement works is you end up in a bent over position with your arm up in the air. However, that arm, if you watch the video, that arm with the bell in hand above my head is in line with my leg. Okay, so it creates a line from my arm, or from my right arm all the way down through my left leg, and the structure of my body is underneath it. Okay, so I'm not really using any muscle to hold that bell up there. I'm using the structure of my body to get it in as much muscle and bone underneath that weight as possible. Hello Tom, how are you doing? So that weight is there, it's pushing down, and once I'm underneath it and structured in a certain way, it's staying there. So I could stay there for quite a while, and you'll actually see in the video that I do stay there a while, because I'm trying to gauge exactly where it should be so I can then stand up. And then when I do stand up, that was relatively easy. That was the easy bit. It was getting it all stable. Once I've got it stable, I can stand up. Now, if I didn't have that stable, if my arm was bent, if my arm wasn't above my leg, it was somewhere in the middle, it was going directly between my legs, or it was even further over, so knocking my centre of gravity out, I would be relying on all my muscle, which I haven't got, like I say, I haven't got much of, but it is strong what I have got. I would be relying on all of that to keep that bell in place, and that is going to be tiring. That is going to fatigue me. That is going to be tiring, okay? Now, what's this got to do with you? Well, if you think about things that are challenging, things that you need to do, you know, looking after the kids, trying to juggle situations around so you can make dinner and all of that sort of stuff, trying to juggle work and, you know, doing some form of exercise and the family and all that sort of stuff. You get home at night and everything's dead busy and you haven't got time. Okay, what's happening there is all of this sort of stuff that's going around is that weight, okay? And unless you can structure yourself underneath it to support it, it is going to come down. If you're just muscling that weight up, muscling through it, and just ploughing on through, all of that stuff is going to eventually crash down. If I hadn't structured myself underneath that weight, that was going to come down. So, do you see what I'm getting at? This is kind of how I used to go through life. I used to go to work, get home, eat dinner, crash out, go to sleep, get up in the morning, go to work, get back, eat dinner, crash out, get up, go to work. And I was knackered. I didn't have any structure to what I was doing. I was just knackered the whole time. So, you know, unless you've got some sort of routine, some sort of structure to what you're doing, everything's just going to come crashing down. If you're reacting all over the shop to everything, oh, this has just happened, I'll go over there and do that, oh, this has just happened, I'll go over there and do that. You have to do that sometimes, okay? But if you haven't got some sort of structure going on, you're going to be muscling your way through life, or muscling your way through situations that are eventually going to burn you out because you'll have no control over what the outcome is. Ant is on. Hello, Ant. I'll see you at 6 o'clock. But you're going to have no control over the outcome. You're just going to be muscling your way through everything. And that's tiring. That is tiring. That's why people get tired and give up when they want to work out and get fitter and stronger and all that. They just muscle their way through it, get themselves absolutely fucking wrecked, and then collapse in a heap on the floor, throw it in a bucket, go home and say, right, I've had a great workout. I was talking to a lady yesterday who, there's nothing wrong with spin before you all start, but she went to a spin class. It was the first thing she'd... Exactly, mate. This is what I'm talking about. If you get some structure underneath it, you can hold it there. You're fine. You're strong. If you're not structured underneath it, everything comes crashing down. Pisses you off, right? What was I talking about? Lady I was talking to yesterday, yeah. she was saying she went to a spin class for the first time, and then she didn't know what was going on. The instructor didn't tell her anything, so she just went through it, and then she couldn't walk for 4 days. She actually had to take a couple of days off work. And, you know, that's not adding to your life, is it? That's not doing anything. That's just making it worse. So what you want to do is do things that actually make things easier. Okay? And we've all got heavy weights above our heads. All of us have, everyone has in life. You've got a heavy weight above your head, and you've just got to structure yourself underneath so you can support it for longer, because otherwise it will come crashing down. Anyway, there we go. So, you know, all these, well, if you think trainers and people who train for strength and all this sort of stuff, train who go down the gym or go to the park and chuck bells around and that are all a bit mental, all a bit weird, there's actually, you know, it's a big learning experience. That's what I took away from that one press this weekend. Okay, just sticking a heavy weight up wasn't the, it was the outcome, but it wasn't actually getting the weight up there. It wasn't the actual achievement of getting it up. It was the way it went up there. Sorry, I was just reading Ant's comment there, but it was the way I held it up there without it feeling too difficult. And that's all it's about. It's being efficient. Efficiency is the key. If you can do things efficiently, if you can do the right things rather than just a load of things, do the right things, you get them done, then you don't have to worry about anything else. And then you can get on. You can get on with life, right? There's always that person at work who's still there at 8 o'clock at night, and you wonder why. And you think, like, well, should I work that hard? Should I be doing that? And the thing is that they either don't want to go home because they hate their wife and kids, or they're not very good and they don't get anything done, or they fanny about all day doing that and then do all of their work at the end of the day. So it's just bad management. It's bad management of their time, or it's just bad, they're just not very good at their job, if you have a think about it. That's the way I look at it anyway. Just my little thing. But yeah, so have a think about that. How can you structure yourself under the heavy weight to keep it up there so you're not muscling your way through and getting knackered? There you go, all done. And I'll see you at 6 o'clock with, who else? Matthew's going to be there, and Mr. Ben Tyrrell's going to be there. New boy, he's starting tonight. So Ben, we'll see you there if you watch this. If not, I'll still see you there anyway. You just won't be able to hear this. So, until tomorrow, find that structure.